The federal government is looking into those mail delays in Louisville. Earlier this year, WDRB Investigates spoke to people who waited weeks for their bills, their letters, maybe their medicine and packages.
Now we're hearing from employees who say the conditions inside mail facilities here are not great. Valerie Chin digs into the questions USPS still won't answer.
What's the main issue of why there were so many mail delays?
I believe that antiquated machines break down quite often. Breaks down more than a dozen times through the night. They have no real remedy to that.
A USPS employee who doesn't want his identity known reached out to WDRB Investigates.
All they do is just literally turn the machine off and on like a computer, and then it starts back up and they just keep on going.
About the working conditions inside the Louisville mail processing plant on Gardner Lane. He says morale is low.
When people come in, they literally look like they're just done. They're just exhausted.
Back in January, WDRB Investigates showed bins full of undelivered mail as people became frustrated with all the mail delays. The USPS Office of Inspector General launched 4 federal audits, including here at Gardner Lane, after the issues. We're told those results are expected to be released in June. The Inspector General is also auditing the Pleasure Ridge Park, Middletown, and Iroquois Station branches.
Just recently, they hired 50 to 75 people, but then now we're working 6 days. So now they're spending more money on overtime, having us work six days now, despite them hiring around 50 people.
USPS won't say how many employees were hired here, only sharing it's part of the Delivering for America plan. The employee says when Congressman Morgan McGarvey came to the facility in February for a tour, mail containers were removed.
So when he showed up, it looked really clean and organized and everything, but after he left, 2 days later, that same container with the 20 to 30 containers came back, and we had to process that all over again.
What were your thoughts on that they cleaned it all up just for show?
I think it was ridiculous because that's people's mail that needs to be handled. There's medications, there's people's personal belongings, and I think for the fact that we sent it out to the facility and just afford to make a U-turn is deplorable in my opinion.
USPS would not confirm if mail bins were removed for the congressman's visit. The employee also claims this location has taken on more in the last few months, processing mail for other cities.
We have the capacity to do it, and they're trying to take mail from like Lexington, Evansville.
USPS wouldn't answer if and why it's taking on extra mail, only saying the goal is to ensure a competitive future for the Postal Service. What do you want to say to people? People are frustrated that they send their mail and it takes a longer amount of time to get to the destination.
I'll say, as employees, we're working really hard. Just make sure you guys get your parcels.
With photojournalist Brian Manuel, Valerie Chin, WDRB News.
If you have information about this story or another issue you think the WDRB Investigates team should look into, email us at investigate@wdrb.com.